I try to keep it cute, but I can't. Jamal Bryant's wife looked absolutely stunning in that dress. The dress looked beautiful. Her shape, everything about it. It was just beautiful, right? But as someone who's supposed to be representing the kingdom of God, it should not have been worn outside of the house. Simple as that.
December 20th, 2025 was the date of the 42nd annual UNCF Atlanta Mayor's Mass Ball at the Signia by Hilton Atlanta. And this wasn't some random church function. A high-profile fundraiser for historically Black colleges and universities. The guest list included Senator Raphael Warnock, Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis, and entertainment by Ann Vogue. $4 million for HBCUs is what the event raised by the end of the night. Dr. Bryant attended and reportedly even prayed at the event, but none of that ended up being what people talked about the next day. What they talked about was her dress. Custom and floor length, the gown came from Michigan-based designer Gisela Couture and featured a flesh-tone bodice with a black lace mesh overlay. That nude illusion design creates the appearance of bare skin while technically keeping the wearer covered, and she accessorized it with black gloves and styled her strawberry blonde hair in soft waves. Photos went up on her Instagram account on December 21st, and that's when everything exploded. Comments poured in immediately, with some praising her confidence, while others called the dress worldly and unbecoming of a first lady. Critics claimed she looked nearly naked, and supporters pointed out that she was at a mass ball raising millions for education, arguing that maybe people should focus on that instead. This debate wasn't going to stay in the Instagram comments section, though, not by a long shot. Pastor Jamal Bryant isn't the type of man who lets things slide quietly. New Birth Missionary Baptist Church in Atlanta is one of the largest congregations in the country, and he leads it, which meant when people came for his wife, he addressed it the way he knows best. New Year's Eve 2025 brought a sermon that would become one of the most talked about moments of the entire controversy, titled, "And Y'all Are Worried About a Dress."
It's literally that simple, y'all. Here's the thing. People be like, oh, well, she wasn't going to church. Oh, well, she wasn't doing da-da-da-da. We are the church. And wherever we go, we're supposed to be representing God. Therefore, what we wear, how we present ourselves, it matters. She didn't look like she was representing the kingdom of God that day.
No dancing around the issue happened. He came right out with it. The dress was not see-through, the dress was flesh color. And that's when he went after the critics directly. Insecure, jealous, petty, small-minded people got in their feelings and set up a false barometer of holiness based off of a dress. The hypocrisy of the whole situation didn't escape him either. They didn't say anything about the $4 million raised for the United Negro College Fund. They never mentioned that she prayed until heaven came down. What really took off was this line. Now, if you wanted a first lady that looked like Little House on the Prairie and Holly Hobby, you got the wrong church. But the quote that spread everywhere was even more direct. I bought the dress and I like it. She ain't married to y'all. Both his personal Instagram and the church's official account posted the clip, which quickly surpassed 50,000 likes as people shared it, debated it, praised it, and criticized it across every platform imaginable. Dr. Carrie Bryant responded in the comments with gratitude, writing that his words had been like a healing salve to her heart and his arms like a warm bath, and she thanked him for always covering her. The controversy didn't quiet down after Pastor Bryant's defense, though. What happened instead was that it poured gasoline on the fire because now other religious leaders were stepping into the ring. Bishop Patrick Wooden of Upper Room Church of God in Christ in Raleigh, North Carolina, has led his congregation for over 3 decades, and in early January 2026, he delivered a sermon in response to the dress controversy that went viral for very different reasons. No holding back happened from Bishop Wooden. He characterized Pastor Bryant's decision to buy the dress as, and this is a direct quote, presenting his wife in public looking like a $2 whore. Inflammatory language like that caused an immediate backlash. which led Bishop Wooden to clarify that his statement was aimed at Pastor Bryant rather than Dr. Carrie Bryant. "My statement is not about her. My statement is about him. I said he presented his wife and he said he bought the dress." His position went further than that. A husband don't want his wife to look like she's on display. He wants his wife to be respected.
And Jamal Brown, where all that is in the Bible? Okay. I bought the dress. Is that in the Old Testament or the New Testament? She married to me. Is that in Proverbs or Galatians? Which, everything that you said, was that before or after Moses parted the Red Sea?
A lowering of standards is what he called the entire incident. Other religious voices weighed in as well, including Bible teacher Rock Leach of the Social Fire eChurch YouTube channel, who emphasized that optics matter for church leaders. His take was that modesty isn't about being outdated or boring, but about not distracting from the message with the messenger. Talk show host Sherry Shepherd also addressed the controversy, acknowledging that the dress was flesh-colored and not actually see-through, while still questioning whether it was appropriate. Her position was that she just didn't know where the illusion of nudity fits in with being a first lady. Two camps had formed at this point. One side defended Dr. Bryant's right to wear what she wanted and pointed to the $4 million raised for education. The other side argued that church leaders and their families should be held to different standards when it comes to public appearance. And that's when the story took a turn, because while everyone was debating the dress, the controversy was serving as a catalyst, a door being kicked open to Pastor Jamal Bryant's extensively documented past. Viral headlines around this controversy used language like "family secrets exposed," but here's what the research actually shows. No genuinely new revelations emerged from this incident. Pastor Bryant's well-documented history got relitigated in the court of public opinion instead, and that history is extensive. The nickname is where it starts. December 2020 brought the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 5 reunion, where castmate Monique Samuels presented what she called her binder of receipts and alleged ongoing infidelity by Pastor Bryant during his attempted reconciliation with his ex-wife, Giselle Bryant.
A preacher presented his wife the other day, and I guess you call that a flesh-colored dress, I don't know.
Pastor Holy Whore is what Monique dubbed him during that reunion. That nickname stuck, and it came roaring back into the conversation when this dress controversy went viral. The marriage and divorce from Giselle Bryant spans from 2002 to 2009, and Pastor Bryant has publicly admitted that his infidelity caused the divorce. November 2024 brought an appearance on a podcast called Hardly Initiated, just weeks before he married Dr. Carrie Turner, where he stated plainly that he is divorced because he cheated and that he broke that covenant. A reconciliation attempt between him and Giselle was documented on Real Housewives of Potomac from 2019 to 2021, but it ultimately failed. Children are the next part of this history, and Pastor Bryant has acknowledged at least 5 to 6 of them with at least 4 different women. Topaz Bryant came first in 1998 to Crystal Madison. Giselle Bryant gave him 3 daughters named Grace, Adore, and Angel, including twins born in 2006. A daughter named Naomi followed with Michelle Wedderburn after an extramarital affair in 2007. And then there's John Carsten Bryant, born in July 2015 to LaToya Shanti Odom, who was a church parishioner. That last situation became its own major scandal. LaToya Odom claimed in 2016 that Pastor Bryant had fathered her son and allegedly asked her to have an abortion, and DNA testing reportedly showed a 99.9999% probability that Bryant was the father. His response came via Periscope at the time, where he addressed the matter without confirming or denying the claims and cited ongoing legal proceedings. What critics jumped on when the dress controversy hit wasn't just about a gown, then. They were pulling up receipts that go back years.
I don't know. It's black dress and flesh color. It gives the illusion that she's not wearing anything underneath.
The dress became a symbol for people who felt they'd been watching this man operate with impunity for too long. His supporters saw the pile-on as just more evidence of people wanting to tear down a successful black pastor. Through all of this controversy, stepping back and asking who the woman at the center of this storm actually is matters. Dr. Carrie Bryant is not some inexperienced newcomer to ministry, and her credentials are serious. Morris Brown College gave her a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. Candler School of Theology at Emory University is where she earned her Master of Divinity. May 2023 brought the completion of her doctorate in ministry, which focused on leadership and Christian renewal. An ordained clergywoman, she serves as what New Birth calls the pastor of cardiology at the church, while also working as a division manager for DeKalb County government. The Girl Bible NCIA has her as president and CEO. She owns a boutique called Shop 180 West, and she's authored books including She's Lit and Girl Bible. Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority counts her as a member. Multiple degrees, multiple businesses, and multiple roles describe this woman, and that's exactly the point she would make when she finally addressed the controversy publicly. May 28, 2024 is when Pastor Bryant and Dr. Turner announced their engagement during a New Birth Sunday service. And November 15, 2024 brought their wedding at the Waldorf Astoria, Atlanta in Buckhead.
And I heard the preacher, when he defended her dress, by saying, first of all, he bought the dress. And then he said, I want to address people who don't know anything, who haven't been anywhere, who don't know nothing.
Unconventional choices marked even their wedding day, with her wearing a bejeweled pink jumpsuit and him wearing a green sequined suit. Looking back, maybe the nude illusion gown shouldn't have been that surprising. January 7, 2026 brought Pastor Jamal Bryant and Dr. Carrie Bryant to the Tamron Hall show to address the controversy directly, giving them a chance to speak on their own terms in a controlled environment with a sympathetic interviewer. Drop Dead Gorgeous is how Pastor Bryant described finding his wife, and he called Bishop Wooden's remarks enraging and irritating. Dr. Bryant delivered what became the most quoted statement from the interview, though. I think there is this idea that a woman can only be one thing. I happened to marry a pastor, and so with that came the title of First Lady, but there is no book for that. There is no manual for what that looks like. I have decided that the title doesn't define me. I define what the title is. Power lies in that statement, and it gets at the heart of what this controversy is really about. Her response to the criticism went further. My ego is not that big. I don't dress for people. I dress for myself and for my husband. And that's when she tried redirecting the conversation to what she saw as more important issues. After you get done scrolling, there are still upwards of 500,000 Black women who are unemployed in this nation. 500,000. Her point was clear with that number. While everyone argued about a dress, real problems affecting real people weren't getting nearly as much attention. Every major platform saw this controversy spread.
So I guess our objection to a man of the cloth presenting his wife in public looking like a $2 whore.
Instagram drove the primary engagement through Dr. Bryant's original post and Pastor Bryant's sermon defense. 50,000 likes is what his sermon clip surpassed. The Shade Room, which has 29 million followers, ran multiple stories on the situation. Twitter and X saw the commentary and memes spread rapidly, with one viral post calling Dr. Bryant First Lady Jezebel, while others defended her just as forcefully. TikTok generated multiple Discover pages, including Dr. Carrie Bryant dress, and Sherry Shepherd Jamal Bryant wife dress. YouTube channels like Rock Leach's Social Fire eChurch devoted entire segments to the debate. Celebrity supporters came out for the Bryants, including singer Michelle Williams from Destiny's Child. Legal analyst Angela Rye wrote that the dresses still fly and that her sis is still bad, beautiful, bold, and brilliant. Even Giselle Bryant weighed in, calling the dress fine while suggesting that her ex-husband should have avoided feeding into the commentary because that's when you make it bigger than what it is. An interesting perspective from someone who knows him well. Maybe if he hadn't delivered that fiery sermon, the whole thing would have blown over faster, or maybe it would have exploded anyway. A humorous response came from the couple later. An AI-generated image showing Dr. Bryant in what they called a church-approved outfit, consisting of a denim dress with sneakers. "Saints, y'all win. Let the kingdom has bigger fish to fry," read the caption. Acknowledging the absurdity of the whole situation while getting in one last word, that's what it accomplished. What all of this means and what we can take away from a controversy about a dress that spiraled into a debate about modesty, ministry, marriage, and a man's entire history requires some thought.
Two. At least two. Now, I didn't say she was. I'm not talking about her.
First, this story is about who gets to define standards for women in ministry. Dr. Carrie Bryant stated it herself. There's no manual for being a first lady. She married a pastor, and with that came a title, but the question is whether that title comes with a dress code, whether it comes with restrictions on self-expression, and who decides what those restrictions are. Clear answers exist for some people. Church leaders and their families represent something larger than themselves, and they're supposed to model certain values. A nude illusion dress at a public event, even a charity gala, crosses a line to those critics. Equally clear answers exist for others, just in the opposite direction. A woman is not defined by who she married. Her own identity, her own career, her own style belong to her. Policing her wardrobe is just another form of control dressed up in religious language. Second, this story is about how the past never really goes away. Pastor Jamal Bryant can't escape his history because every time he's in the news for anything, those same scandals get pulled back up. The affairs, the children with multiple women, the Pastor Holy Whore nickname, the DNA test, all of it. Fairness in that depends on perspective. He made those choices, so he has to live with the consequences, and every time he steps into public controversy, he's inviting scrutiny of his entire life. Others see that as unfair since he's acknowledged his mistakes, remarried, and moved on.
My statement is not about her. My statement is about him. I said he presented his wife, and he said he bought the dress. Those are his words, not mine.
Third, this story is about the power of social media to amplify everything. A dress at a charity gala becomes a national conversation. A New Year's Eve sermon becomes a viral clip with 50,000 likes. A response from another pastor becomes a scandal of its own. Everything escalates, everything spreads, and once it's out there, no taking it back exists. The timeline one more time shows how fast this all happened. November 15th, 2024 brought Jamal and Carrie Bryant's wedding at the Waldorf Astoria, Atlanta. December 20th, 2025 was the UNCF Atlanta Mayor's masked ball where Dr. Bryant wore the dress. December 21st, 2025 saw her post photos to Instagram and the backlash began. December 31st, 2025 brought Pastor Bryant's defense of his wife in a New Year's Eve sermon. January 1st, 2026 is when the sermon clip went viral and surpassed 50,000 likes. January 5th, 2026 saw Bishop Patrick Wooden's critical sermon start circulating online. January 7th, 2026 brought the Bryants to the Tamron Hall show, and they also posted that satirical church-approved photo. Less than 3 weeks turned a charity gala into a cultural flashpoint. A dress became a symbol, a pastor's past became present all over again. No resolution has come, and one probably won't, because at its core, this isn't really about a dress. Expectations are what it's about, specifically who sets them, who enforces them, and who has to live by them. Dr. Carrie Turner Bryant made her position clear when she stated that she has decided that the title doesn't define her and that she defines what the title is. Pastor Jamal Bryant made his position clear too when he stated that he bought the dress and he likes it and that she ain't married to y'all. Millions of people made their positions clear in comments, tweets, posts, and shares. That's the story. Thanks for watching.